Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Palm Wine Central podcast episode. I'm very excited for this one, y'all. It's 2-on-2. Yeah, so we're gonna rumble today. We got some dope topics. So sit back, relax, grab your palm wine, water, whatever you're drinking, and yeah, let's get the show going. 2-2, what's good with you, man? How you feeling?
I'm good. It's happy Tuesday. It's another week. Let's speed this week up because it's kind of dragging, but let's speed it up. But I'm here.
Is that why you're look at me? I'm so excited. Your intro is dry. Let's try this again. 2-2, with you. How you feeling?
Hi, happy Tuesday, everyone. Woo! Tuesday.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. So, yeah. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here. So be excited, be happy, and definitely bring the grace and joy. So, we got two special guests with us today. Ladies first, Hannah, welcome to Palm Wine Central Podcast. You've always been listening, but how does it feel to be on Palm Wine Central Podcast today?
I'm nervous. It feels good, but I've been listening for so long that it's weird to actually be here, but I'm excited. Hi guys, how are you? Happy Tuesday, and thank you so much for having me.
Yes.
Oh, this is your first time on here?
First time, yes.
Wow.
I listened to when the whole crew is there, and then people started to kind of fall off and everything. But I
still had to hold it down. We here. Mm-hmm.
Fan.
Yeah, so that's Tutu, the one I always talk about, I always talk shit about. Yeah, that's her. Anyways, we're missing T today, so shout out to her. Whenever you come back, you get to meet T too. But yeah, but nah, that's an awesome Tutu. Glad to meet her. But the other guest today is, it's a returning escapee. Escape. From my last episode, I never came back. He told us he'll come back. JK, man. Josh, how you doing? How you doing, man? Welcome.
Oh, fantastic, living life and loving it, man.
Yeah,
glad to be back. Glad to be back on Palm Wine Central, the home base, I guess. But yeah, I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, so I see you finally decided to start using. A lot of people give you compliments about your voice, saying you sound good on mic. I see your gram, you switch it up to Airbnb something. I don't know, I forgot the handle. Where's my man?
Airbnb with Josh.
Yeah, there you
go. I've had my fun time, a little bit on the socials, and sometimes with growth you need to start focusing on different things, maybe adding value to people's lives and not really just being goofy all the time. So, you can catch me goofy in person, but, out there, maybe it's time to make a little impact. It'll be useful, You never know the knowledge you have, who you might help. So that's kind of the move that we're moving on right now.
Yeah, so we are glad for growth, So it's very important. We don't want you... Anyways, yeah, we're glad for growth. Yeah, we'll take it.
We're still figuring it out. It's not there yet. We're almost there.
Don't worry, you fake it till you make it, and then when you make it, you can show them how why you were faking it.
Amen.
Yeah. So, but today, y'all.
Why do you always like to skip yourself?
Me?
How are you doing?
Thank you.
You always do that every time.
Thank you.
Wait, hold on. Am I supposed to feel and go? Well, by the way, for me,
yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, and the main host here, his name is AK Uncle.
Right.
Let's go ahead and give it up for
how was your day?
How was your day going?
Nah, it's great, man. It's cocolastic. It's fantastic. As I usually say, but
for me.
Yeah, it's cocolastic. Fantastic. But it's been a good day, man. I cannot wait for you to get warm outside. Please, Mona Nature, do your thing. We're tired of the cold. Bring us some more.
It depends on your time zone in the area you're in, but I understand your struggle.
It's still cold over there in Michigan?
yeah, well, a little bit. Not too much.
But it's giving 89 degrees over here.
I mean, you're wearing a hoodie and you're screaming 89 degrees. Wait, first of all, y'all, let's ask her the lucky question of the day. What's the temperature in your apartment right now?
Why are you being messy? This is how we starting it off? Oh, bad. Okay.
Wait, hold on. Let's go to Josh and Hannah, please. If you guys can guess the temperature in her house right now, what would it be?
She has it at 65.
Okay, hold on. Let me give you guys.
No, let them guess, and then you go.
Guess. I'm gonna say 71, 72.
What is it, Tutu? I bet you it's in the 80s.
79.
Oh,
Yeah,
and you have a hoodie on?
that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like,
79.
I have low iron. I'm anemic. I'm a walking health sick. Like I am just. I don't care how hot it is. I have to be. I cannot do cold. Like if I do cold, if it's hot outside and I come inside and I'm hot, I'll probably put the AC on for like 5 minutes and then turn it off. But other than that, like I will have a duvet, I will have a comforter, and put the heat on top of that. Like I gotta be hot.
that's just mad. Like, how
Yeah, I can't do cold. I don't know how y'all people do it. I think you people are cold blooded. You people that sleep with AC, fan, windows open. Like nah.
Take the sweat away.
I don't be sweating if the heat is on. Like I have to be like snuggled.
Like a little baby.
Condition, you're right.
insane, yo. That's really insane. I'm not even gonna lie. But anyways, listen. Today we are crafting our own Mount Rushmore legends. You know, yeah. Watch out for that. Examining student loan wage garnishment. Anyways, discussing Pope Francis' legacy, breaking down Anthony Edwards' relationship drama. My guy. Exploring why Tracy Ellis Ross chooses to date younger men. Plus more. So we're gonna start like this. With a very, very good icebreaker. Tutu, you want to read the icebreaker for us? Then I could take the question. I can ask a question. We try to do this thing, you know, she knows how to read more than me, so she'll be doing the readings. Let's go for it.
Okay. First icebreaker is a woman work. Okay, so there's a like thing going around where it's like a woman working 40 plus hours a week, paying for her own hair, nails, rent, car, food, gas, handling everything by herself is not going to be the soft, feminine woman society expects. She can't bring you peace when she's in survival mode. What do y'all think about that? You want me to read it again? Y'all got it. Y'all good?
Got it. Got it.
For the people in the back.
Oh, for the people in the back? Okay. A woman working 40 plus hours a week, paying for her own hair, nails, rent, car, food, gas, handling everything by herself is not going to be the soft, feminine woman society expects. She can't bring you peace when she is in survival mode. Thoughts? Because boy, I got a lot of shit to say. So I want to hear what y'all got to say first, though.
My question is, why do we expect women to, you know, to be nurturing, you know, while battling capitalism daily? And Josh, why do we expect women to be soft while battling capitalism daily? And I know where you go. Let me hear what you guys say real quick.
No. You want my opinion?
Yes, please.
I feel like we have an unrealistic viewpoint today, which is we try to expect women to, the whole thing of being feminine and nurturing is kind of like what it used to be in the past. But if we be honest, in the past, it's because the man was taking care of everything. But now, as a man, if you have failed to hustle and now your wife has to go work, what are you coming here telling her she should do something to nurture what? Make sure she's well financially and then talk about the other part after. Like you said, you can't have her in survival mode and expect her to give you care. Take care of her side. Get rid of that survival mode. Then you can come back and talk, you know? But then our sisters over here, that comes a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword. But let's just talk on this side. For now, yes. You know, if there's no point of you to be in survival mode and also trying to, at that point, you're just taking on a mother role and trying to raise another man. I mean, if he wants to entertain you, wants to be part of your life, wants to take you seriously, he's got to take up some responsibility.
Cool. I got a question for you before, you know, we'll go to our next guest. Shout out to Aziz. You know, he always said broke men should not be dating. You know, do you feel as though that should, you know, do you alongside that statement? Are you for it?
Yes and no. Yes, sir. Because there's there's being financially stable enough to date, then that doesn't make you broke. Where you can still manage the bare minimum. That doesn't mean that you're gonna be taking on a trophy wife that just comes on and just becomes a dead weight. At the end of the day, you do want to build together, but there's a minimum requirement as a man that you should be able to provide. I feel like, when you decide to say you're gonna go date, because at the end of the day, the woman is looking for that safety, that security, whatnot. In your head, you need to start budgeting. Okay, if this person's daughter, if I bring her in this household, and if this is what I'm looking forward to doing, in the event she's about to bear my child, can I handle all the bills? That's the minimum requirement, I think. So if you don't think that you're in that place yet, my guy, just focus on self-development for now. I have been. Focus on self-development and doing better for yourself first. And then eventually when you get there, you can go start yappa yappa on the side. But for now, just relax and focus on yourself.
Cool. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, Hannah, go ahead.
So to the original question, I guess my comeback question is kind of like, why is this survival mode? Like, I guess as a person who does pay for all these things herself, like, and still feels like I could give love and like still be nurturing. I'm not saying I'm gonna come home at the end of every day and we're gonna cook a fresh meal from scratch. Like, we're gonna have some leftovers, right? Or maybe go out. But I guess, like, why is it considered survival mode if you were going to be doing the things anyway if you were solo? Like, why does, just because you're dating now, why does he have to all of a sudden like take over everything? I don't know. I guess that's just my initial question. Like, why is it considered survival mode, and why can't you still be nurturing at the same time as you're doing everything you need to for yourself and like back to others?
Who's gonna go next? Because I got something to say. So who's gonna go next? Okay. It was burning because I've had this conversation with like
so fast, but
4 other people, y'all. Like, I've had this conversation. Okay. So to your question, Hannah. So, but okay, let's be for real. Adulting, yes, granted, we all have to adult. Paying bills and doing all that you got to do is adulting. Yes, I get that. But don't you think, when you actually think about it, in order to survive, you have to adult? Is that not means of survival? Because at the end of the day, being a part of an adult is surviving in this world. If you don't have a job, if you don't have things to do, you can't survive, right? So in some type of context, is that not means of survival? Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm just trying to think. Without a job, without being able to do certain things, are you going to be able to survive? And this is just for everybody. This is not just for him. This is because everybody keeps saying like adulting is what you're supposed to do. I get it. Yes, that's fine. But also at the end of the day, take away those things and you're not able to do them, then what are you left with?
Yeah, there are different levels of adulting, right? There is comfortable adulting, there's less comfortable adulting, and
there's food stamps adulting.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's different levels to it, right? Even those who got it like that, they still got it like that with adulting problems of, I don't know, let me find ways to hide my money so I don't pay taxes, kind of adulting.
Yeah, those problems come to me.
You know what I mean? Like, it's too.
But that's still trying to survive, though. Even the most wealthiest people in the world is still trying to survive.
Yes, they're still surviving. Yeah.
So it is in a way, it's survival mode.
Mm-hmm. So
right, okay. So
by your definition, it's like if we're all in survival mode, then nobody can ever bring anybody peace. No. I was just coming with the survival mode of, because when I had this conversation with other people, they were saying like, oh no, adulting is adulting, and I get that, but I was just hopping. Now for the peace part. Now my part is when, like, I feel like, okay, say for me, take me for example, I'm a single woman. I pay for all of my bills. I pay for my hair. I pay for my nails. I pay for everything. Now, if I end up meeting a man and he comes along my way and he wants to go ahead and help take some of the load off of my hands, cool, that's fine. I'm gonna allow you to do it. But guess what? I also have that independence mentality in my head that is like, okay, I'm gonna let you do it,
but I'm gonna take my time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna take time for me. I'm not just gonna automatically say, hey, you know what, you came along, so I'm gonna just let you go ahead and just take this load off my hands. So I think when that, like, reading that, that's how I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it as, yes, take me, for example, a woman in my 30s, like I said, single. I am known to be independent because I'm paying for all my shit. Nobody's paying for my shit. You know what I'm saying? So if I meet somebody that's coming out and they want to go ahead and be a part of my world, I've been so used to being independent that now somebody's coming, I have to be used or I have to adjust to now somewhat sort of dependent on someone. I'm not saying that I'm dependent, because you can also still be independent while you're dealing with somebody as well. But I'm just saying, like, that's how I see this. Like, that's how I'm putting it in context. Do y'all get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Is it more so because you feel like if they pay for something, then you owe them something? Like they and how you live your life?
That's like a part of it, but then also, like I said, it just goes back to that whole independence thing. Just being able to know that I got myself just in case anything was to happen. It's just like, okay, because at the end of the day, you don't want to be with somebody or have somebody come and then, like you said, throw it back in your face or feel like they could take something away from you when you know you can do it yourself. And with that whole peace statement, I mean, I keep saying this. I've been saying this lately. I feel like, and guys might get me, but I'm going to stand on this. I feel like in order for a guy to have peace or whoever to have peace, I feel like peace has to be like it. You have to make space. You have to make that room available for us to give you peace. I'm not going to give you peace if you out here doing dumb shit. Like, I'm not understanding. That's just how I see it.
That part's valid, yeah.
So for the person to do dumb stuff is for them to be giving you peace in the first place, right?
We all want peace. I want to give you peace too.
Listen to my question first. Mm-hmm. For them to give you dumb stuff, that means they must have been giving you peace first, right?
Yeah, probably.
So my next question to you is, some of these things, right? Like, it sounds to me like they are predefined in your head, right? They're predefined in your head. And then when you go into the world and you are looking, it's like you have this predefined notion of, oh man, like this guy, is he going to do some dumb shit? Like, is he going to do some dumb stuff? I'm looking for the dumb stuff. I'm not even looking for the peace no more. I'm looking for the dumb stuff. Like, is there peace here anyways? Is there even peace here? And most of all, what peace am I bringing here versus what am I looking to get first before I bring my own? So wait, charity begins outside for you, not at home first?
No, I can't. No. See?
I can smell it from a mile away.
Huh?
I smelled that because it's going from a mile away.
I just do, because I sent this to AK and I knew this is where it was going to go because I knew he was going to debate me on this. But like, no. I'm not going out thinking that, oh, okay, I just think you're immediately going to do dumb shit. Like, obviously, it's going to take time for shit to happen before you be like, okay, the dumb shit is happening. But at the end of the day, I can also be somebody's peace as well, too. I'm not just sitting here just expecting, oh, okay, you need to give me peace and this and that. Like, no, how is somebody going to give me peace if I'm not being peaceful?
That's the very first question you should be asking.
So I understand the concept. I'm just saying the way I'm looking at it, and don't get me wrong, I can be, kind of problematic. Okay, we all can, but
it's the root of the problem.
But I know when to choose peace. Just saying. That's I'm gonna leave it at. I don't know.
I wanted to go back on the survival mode though, real quick. I think there might be a side that we didn't look at, and when it comes to dating, at least in my opinion, that's what I think. In my opinion, it's like there's going to be a give and take, right? And in many cases, I feel like one of the things that's going to end up happening is the gender roles or the expectation of the gender roles, whether we want to accept them or not, kind of are implied somewhat when you start, entertaining someone or, dating someone or whatever that is. And to me, when you say survival mode, it just feels like the woman is having to do all these things, that she was already doing, whether it be paying for her bills and doing whatever not. but she's also going on to the side of making sure, so-called person that's, that she's interacting with also feels, the softness and the feminine side. I mean, what is that? What is that really? I mean, it could be you were at my house and I don't know, bro. Like it's gonna sound off, but you cleaned up something, or you did this, or you did that. But you did something that was. I mean, nobody's gonna like this. That's in the gender roles of the woman, even though that might not sound the greatest, but that's what it was. So expecting her, however, to be able to. I mean, as guys, I'll tell you the truth. If I'm talking to a girl and she comes over to my crib and she does all these little like tiny stuff, that shit just, man.
I was waiting for you to break out of this bullshit thing that you are trying to do right now.
It feels good. No, it's not a bullshit thing. I'm just saying. It feels good.
That you are trying to do. I don't know why you're doing this PR.
Oh, but look, bro. No, hold on. Hear me out. It feels good. But now, if it feels good, it will be shitty if now on my side, I'm not doing anything on my side as well. I think that's what the survival mode really is. It's not that people are out here struggling to do this stuff. But if you just had to do a 40-hour week, you just had to take care of your own stuff. And now you got to come over here to someone's son's house and also do all this stuff, but he's not doing anything other than just blowing backs. Like, come on, my boy. It's got to be more than that. You got to be doing a little bit more than that. So that's how I understood that. As far as being people's peace, and that one, I'll let Tutu handle that one. She answered it.
So this is the thing, right? At the end of the day, we all of us, be it straight, gay, whatever it is that, you consider yourself to be, we are all in survival mode because we all still got to work. You feel me? We also got to work. We all got to leave the house, drive to work. Matter of fact, why don't you ask your husband to drive you to work first, drop you off, then take 3 hours and go to his own job too, so that you should feel like, he's your peace.
No, but okay, I think at the end of the day, it's finding the balance.
I get it. Okay, see, you're talking about finding balance, right? It's the exact same thing. In finding balance, like peace, to find balance in peace is two people to sit together and formulate what peace look like for both of them, right? It's not just one person coming and saying, hey, be my peace, while you sit there and you are cracking peanuts and eating. For what? Nobody works for nobody. We both are in this together, especially in this Trump's economy. How you going to tell me you're not a survivor? So who was born to be in survival mode for you?
Thanks.
I mean, the money you are making, when you look at your male colleague, do you think they make twice as much you are making? For you to think that the man that will come in your world, for example, is supposed to give you some kind of that the nonsense that Josh was talking about on his matter of fact, why are you not giving somebody's daughter that piece that you are running your mouth over there right now?
And that's exactly what I told you. I'm focusing on development. No, I don't have that. I'm focusing on self-development. I've accepted my current situation. Okay? So I'm not here wasting people's time.
Okay.
At least I'm living my truth, because there's no, bro. It's tough, man. It's tough, especially now. Okay, we're not gonna get too deep into it, but
I think we all understand, and we're just looking at it from different contexts. That's what it sounds like.
No. I refuse. We're looking from two different lenses. That means you're looking from a bifocal lens. I'm looking from a focal lens. It's two different lenses.
That's because you decided to choose to look from that lens. That's why you just want to sit here and be difficult. That's what it's giving.
First of all, you are born with a nurturing spirit in you. Whether you go and work 40 or 80 hours, it doesn't change the fact that when you come back to your regular you, you're supposed to be your regular you. It does not change nothing in you. Okay, take for example, if you are a single mother, you go work 40 hours, you come home to your kid. Do you stop showing them that nurturing because you went and work 40 hours? I don't think so. You're still going to do your responsibility. So why does it stop? Why do you find rules and regulations for things that are not even supposed to be in the first place?
Yeah, but
to go out there.
That's a requirement as a mother, But now if you're coming in, like if she's a single mom and she's a mother, that's a kid, that's a different story than you're over entertaining someone's son.
It's lucky, and she finds somebody who got it like that. It is in her luck. You understand? But if she finds somebody who has the potential to be there, it's your place to also work and you to put your income together and build generational wealth. That's what it's about. Not one person sitting there and slave, and then you tell me that it's your peace. please, if you don't go and pray to Jesus and find that kind of peace that you need, and not look for it in somebody else, let God bless you. Thank you.
No, I got there. Then they were talking about the same thing, literally. Because I think at the end, there's finding the thing that works for both parties for them to be able to move forward. Because at the end, and making sure that not one person is getting the shit under the stick. You know,
if Tutu had said that from the jump, I would have let it alone.
No, AK, you just don't want to be nobody peace. That's what it is. You not choosing peace.
She did not say that from the jump. I would have let it alone, but that's not what she said.
No. So problematic. You talk about peace, you be.
I was just listening. I'm like, wait, we talk about the same thing. It's just at the end of the day, we're just gonna make sure nobody's getting the shit under the stick. It's just when you package it a certain way, it makes it sound like,
no. You on that side, you were licking ass because you were talking about.
I'm not licking ass. I was standing on witness, and I'm gonna tell you that right now.
You are failing to see a whole demographics where people are like still trying to find their way. You think that everybody was born with a golden spoon in their mouth, and not everybody will die with a golden spoon in their mouth that were born with it either. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
by the end of the day, man must hustle. And the funny thing, let me tell oh my God, the funny thing is this: the same man that's talking all this smack, right, is the same guy. He's just this. Let me not even out you right now. Let him. This guy, no lie, is big provider energy. This big boy energy that he be on. But let's not come here and talk about it now. But my guy, this is exactly how you are. The stuff we're saying, you're the guy who comes in. You're the man of the house. You're the provider. You're this. So I know. Matter of fact, let's change the topic.
Listen, to your point, right? To your point, right? You got to understand this. The way I was raised. That's the way I was raised. I cannot go and default from how I was raised. You understand? But it does not change the fact that there are things that are out here that I see that bothers me. You feel me? That I feel like when the next generation is coming up, I'm not going to introduce them to, like my own, offspring. So I'll be like, yo, listen, man, these are the things that society will try to push on you. In my own time, if I'd understood it, I would go about it this way. This is your time. I'm telling you that these are some of the things that you have to look out for. Make your own decisions. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's what you would do. You give them the tools to be able to make those decisions. Some of us, they don't talk to us about some of these things as we come up. We have to fend for ourselves. Nobody sees us and say, oh, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. You look, you think, you're like, I think that works. I think that won't work. And then you come and apply.
The whole way.
You know what I'm saying? So some mindsets need to be corrected. Because you can sit there and say, I'm like this, somebody else is not going to be like that. And then what other person is sitting there saying, oh, but you should be like, no, that person is not going to be like that.
Okay, so this next one, I don't know if y'all have seen it, but it's called the Mount Rushmore of Legends, where basically it's like everybody's been having this debate on who goes on like Mount Rushmore. Y'all know how they have Mount Rushmore with the president's faces on there and stuff like that. So a lot of people have been doing like Mount Rushmore of like R&B legends, Mount Rushmore of like reality stars and stuff like that. So I'm gonna ask y'all, who would be y'all Mount Rushmores? But we have to find a category, or actually no, we don't have to be like one specific category. It could be a category that like is near and dear to your heart. So like maybe for me, if I say like a category, I would probably do. If I was to do like R&B, right, I'll probably put. I'm gonna mix them up. I would do Usher. I would put. Who would I put on here?
R. Kelly.
R. Kelly. I'm not gonna hold you. R. Kelly need to be on there. R. Kelly.
This is a safe space.
A collective one.
Yeah. Marvin Gaye. Gotta put him on there. Yeah. Marvin Gaye. One more. Who would I put on there? My last person. I'm trying to think of somebody that's like kind of modern too. That's like new school.
Maybe Michael Jackson.
No, Wale.
Wale not an R&B rapper.
Oh, okay. Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx. Yeah, he deserves his flowers. Thank you. There you go. Yeah, Jamie Foxx. Michael Jackson, I feel like he does deserve, but that was fun to the pop. But yeah. All right. So who wants to go next? Y'all it could be whatever category you want to do. It doesn't have to be. right, go ahead.
Thanks.
Who?
Hannah.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Let's do like figures, right? So like authors, poets, leaders, stuff like that. So I was thinking Maya Angelou.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking Martin Luther King Jr.
When was the plan?
Yeah.
Who else did I have on there? Y'all can help too, though. Like leaders.
We're not gonna put my Uncle Barack on there.
We can put Barack.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, we can put Barack.
Mm-hmm. You're not gonna put Beyonce?
For what?
Not as a leader.
As a leader.
Author, poet, you know, spokesperson.
Maya, Martin.
Oh, what about the lady who Sheila Johnson, the lady who the co-founder of BET?
No.
Yeah.
Sheila Johnson.
Like
no.
recognized by name.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I don't want to put Gail King since she's an astronaut now.
Please.
No, sir.
Please. Who would they ask?
Out there.
Okay, what about Frederick Douglass? That's old timey, but foundational.
You can do that.
That's 5?
That's 4, yeah.
Oh, you need one more.
Oh, there's one more. Oh, yeah. We could put our good Auntie Rosa Parks maybe on there. Or would you choose Harriet or would you choose Rosa?
Choose the girl that actually sat on the bus before Rosa Parks.
I forgot what her name was.
I forgot what her name was. Oh my goodness. Anyways, if T was here, she remember. She was all spoke about that one. But yeah, what about?
I got one list.
Go.
Okay. Oh, so we got the list. Okay.
So,
go ahead, Josh.
I think these are. They just. I don't know what category to put them in, but I think they just deserve to be up there. I'm gonna say Bernie Sanders, and then I'm gonna say Kanye.
What is this? What category is this going into now?
Relax. Mark Cuban. It's just, these are people that just don't give a fucking life. That's what I like about them.
Okay.
And on business to some extent, right? And right there with them, I'm gonna put Harriet Tubman because they just. Yeah, I know. There's just some people that just like fuck.
You also got to put Auntie Harriet Tubman in the list with Kanye West.
I know. That's what I like. That's what I'm saying. Kanye's just it's just he's a fuck everybody kind of person. He's not scared of anything and he's just been going at it.
Wait, Josh, who was your third person? Who was your third person?
I put Mark Cuban. There's Mark Cuban. I put because as a billionaire, I'll tell you why Mark Cuban. He go get that list. As a billionaire, he's had an opportunity to make money off of people and take advantage of people, but he's chosen somehow to be the rebellious billionaire that decides to sell medication for an affordable price instead of putting a price tag on people's lives. Whereas Kanye has said, this is the norm, so fuck y'all. I'll tell you today that I used to suck my cousin's dick. Tomorrow I'll tell you I like Nazis. Tomorrow I'll tell you like he just wants to be unhinged completely. And that's perfect. Bernie Sanders has stood on business from day one. Even though he got caught on a private jet not too long ago, but who knows who paid for it. But that man has stood on business. Even when Trump was swearing in, this man was front row, sitting down, not standing twice in a row. Like, you can't beat that.
You know who I would add to that list?
Huh?
If you're doing a list of don't give a fuck, Jasmine Crockett, because that's the person that don't give a fuck.
I love her.
Yeah, that one, yeah. She gonna reach his spill to any other person, yeah.
Who's that?
I'm sorry, what? You don't know that from Texas? Oh, man. Chef's kiss. She's amazing. She's so great. She stands on.
She be rooting for the black people. Just know that at the camp. She be reading people to feel. She be reading the whites and be like, oh, all right, this is how y'all feel about us. All right, bet. And she will say it in front of Congress. She will say it in front of anybody. She don't give a damn. Like she's called, what is it, Marjorie Green, a blonde bitch, butchered body something.
But I gotta look it up. Blonde.
Yeah, blonde something. And she be eating people up when she be in front of Congress.
She's like a senator or something.
Yeah,
representative.
Okay, cool. From what state?
Texas.
That's nice.
Out a bleach. This is a tongue twister. A bleach blonde, bad built butch body.
Yep.
That's what she called her.
Yep.
So quick too.
A bleach
blonde, bad built butch body.
Yeah, she be reading the people to fill. She called Governor Abbott Hot Wheels. Yeah, you know Governor Abbott. Yeah, he's the governor of Texas and he's handicapped. She called him Hot Wheels.
The governor of Texas.
That's a hot mess.
I forgot that. That's the governor. In a wheelchair.
Called him Hot Wheels, bro. I said, okay.
That's crazy.
No, but I will agree with her on that part because it's like it takes a lot of audacity for you to be handicapped and acting that way. Like it's wild. Like you would expect him to have a little compassion in the world. Like no, like the world has already beat you down.
Well, that's true though. No, that's one wicked man. No, Josh, you didn't lie. That's a wicked man for somebody that's disabled. You would think
like the world is really dishing his cards that you decided to say, "I will all go burn." Why, bro? Like,
I mean, think about it this way, right? If everybody you stand, I mean, if everybody you sit around or you're wheeling around is standing and you are there, how would you feel?
That's fair. He wants them to feel how low things can go. That's really the reality of it.
I'm not laughing with y'all. I'm not going to hell for y'all. Nope.
Yes, no. You must feel how low things can. I understand that it's not processed now. Yeah, I've really been struggling with that one.
You know what I'm saying? Like you'll be like, hey, for all the suffering that we're suffering down here, you guys will feel it too. Up there, don't worry. But yeah.
I mean, the man says during the national anthem, he knows the struggle, so he wants you to feel the same thing.
That was hot, really, really hot, Josh. I want you to know that, very, very hot. Yeah. AK, what's your list? I beg, please, let's be moving on. What's your list, AK?
Don't judge. Listen with don't judge. Remove. Okay.
Okay, my list. Sorry. My list. Okay, number one. Oh crap. Denzel Washington.
What category is this? It just doesn't matter.
This is like, and it doesn't matter. It's everything in one. Denzel Washington, number one. Number two, I gotta give it to Paul Biya, man. You know how long that guy's been in power? People have come and go. People have come and go, man. Listen, the Pope just died, and that guy's still there.
You gonna give it to the Cameroonian president that's been president since I came out the womb?
Listen, you gotta give it to him. Listen, people have come and go.
The Queen has died.
Listen, people have come and go. He's still there. Do you know? You don't know.
You know Gaddafi when he was alive.
My guy. Anyways, that's number two. Number three, I gotta give it to Ibrahim Traore.
Yeah,
I gotta give it to him. Number four, even though some people might begin to start, arguing with me in this video right now, but please don't come for me. We're just naming things. I give it to Kagame too. That's number four for me. And then number five, I gotta give it to Quincy Jones.
Okay.
Yeah.
A very spicy one.
That's a very versatile list.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, Traore together.
Well, thank you guys for your Mount Rushmores. Okay. All right, so topic. This topic has just made, we all knew. First of all, I'm even confused because I thought they was about to abolish the damn Department of Education or remove that shit. So I'm confused as to why I'm waking up and my damn credit score then dropped because of these student loans. I'm not understanding all of a sudden. I don't know if y'all seen, but long story short, they are going to, if you do not pay your student loans back, and I think they resumed them May 9th or somewhere in May, if I'm not mistaken, May 5th or May 9th, one of them. But if you do not repay them back, they will start garnishing your paychecks. And how do y'all feel about that? Because I'm pissed.
Even if you've been making payments?
Making payments.
That's a good question. Let's find out. While y'all talking about it, I'm gonna find out.
I mean, I can't relate, but I'm just trying to figure out.
Ooh, excuse me. Sorry.
Like for those that, like, if you're making payments, or if you've decided to just go to community college for life, are those still going to be getting their wages garnished?
If you go back to school while you keep taking loans, I don't think so.
That's facts. So,
you know,
forever.
But Hannah, what do you think?
No, I'm actually very upset because I do have student loans, and especially they're a little high up there since I went to grad school. Yeah, my loans have been in, like, basically I signed up for the repayment program where it's like income driven, and my application has been pending for a while. So they haven't said that I owe anything, but I'm nervous, like, that they're going to come back with something extra crazy or try to do back pay on something that I don't even know. I don't know. I'm nervous. I'm very nervous for what's going to happen. So
Josh, to answer your question, yes, even if you are making student loan payments, your wages can still be garnished if your loan is in default.
Oh, okay. So if it's okay.
Yeah.
So I guess they're targeting more people that are not making their payments.
Well, you know what?
Then again, it's station, so you never know.
I'm just annoyed because you know what? A few weeks ago, or like a couple months ago, I sat here on this same podcast and I opened my mouth and I said, they gonna get this shit back in blood. And I wasn't paying it. And now they're really about to get my ass after I was talking about this, because I'm not understanding why would y'all sit here and do stuff like that? Because baby, I tell you, I heard about this and guess where I went? Right to FAFSA.edu, and I said, let me go do this little repayment plan and see what options they had, because this is not making any sense.
And how much was it?
My student loans?
Yeah, a month. Yeah, month.
Oh, the like highest they had was like $750 a month.
My lowest was not even close to that. My lowest was in the 1,000s.
What? I'm sitting here thinking like, all right, I'm gonna give y'all a cool little $50, $75 to get out the way. They said no. $700? Yeah, no.
When they go calculate it according to your income, I'll be asking myself, is there some extra income they're making that they're looking at?
It doesn't have my income.
But okay, so when they go income based, I'm still trying to understand. How long are you paying that for again?
How long? What?
How long? If it's at 700, whatever, how long are they expecting you to pay that for?
Until I pay off all my, I don't know.
And what you're paying, that you might probably paying just the interest.
Honestly,
I don't understand, because if that's the case, I might as well just go ahead and start reapply for college again, because who about to be sitting here paying that?
This is that good time to start thinking about that PhD program your dad wanted you to do.
But I'll be honest with you, I think, and it's not to talk shit about the U.S. I just want to make this very clear. This is a country that has been a blessing to me and my family, and I can't talk shit about it like that. But there's something that I find it to be very hypocritical, right? It's considered one of the best countries in the world, or whatever BS they want to say, but then everything literally is shaped around taking advantage of a person. A person has a dollar value from the moment you're born. I mean, maybe this may be venting a little bit, but when a woman gives birth, do you know that holding the baby is called skin to skin, and that shit, they charge you for that? This baby been carrying for 9 months, they come out of you want to hold right away, they're charging you for that. So from that moment all the way into college, we'll give you a loan for you to go to school, but we won't give you a loan to start a business. We'll give you a hard time on that. We won't give you a loan to do all this stuff, but we'll give you something that whatever, and then put an interest rate on it, so that it's bogus completely. Now, I'm not saying that there's any part in the world that's figured it out, but the little part that I've seen, I'll give you an example, like in Europe, their tuition is $14,000-15,000 a year, and that's for an international student. When I was an international student in the U.S., tuition was like 30, 40. And if you're for some, so I don't know. The whole thing for me just feels very hypocritical. I don't think it's for the people, whatever the heck. It's literally to get the rich richer. And if you're there, it's gonna help you be a better employee and keep paying up. It's a beautiful pyramid scheme, in my opinion.
It is. No, Josh, I don't want to I don't want to bring up slavery or like racism, but education used to be like super cheap in this country. And then I think it was President Nixon who basically didn't want Black people to be able to afford to go to college. And that's when tuition prices started drastically increasing. And so it's like, yeah, I feel like because America is built on capitalism, and how can we, squeeze every penny, every dollar out of somebody, they're always looking for a gain. So it's not for people. It's always about how can we get paid.
And in the end, you have to like try to figure out. It's like if already we don't even rank among the top 10 countries in terms when it comes to education. You would think, one of our biggest things is going to be not abolishing education, whatever the education system, but rather like or take advantage of people, but rather try to find a way to better it or elevate. I don't know. It's just nothing makes sense. Pretty much, nothing at all makes sense. But
I feel like if you have uneducated people, and if you like what's happening right now, if you weaponize education and if you make things super expensive, and I feel like with them trying to get, the money from our paychecks, I feel like they're going to try to criminalize people who don't pay back their student loan debt. I don't know. I feel like it's perpetuating people being uneducated. And if you don't value education, or if you are not an educated person, you can't speak up around the things that are happening to you. You're more willing to accept when your rights are being taken away, and you can't respond. So I feel like that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to weaponize education.
I mean, they've done a good job at it. If you think about it, I think it was Trump's first term. There was cases, when he got rid of Obamacare, and there was cases of people that would go and from the countryside or whatever that were all Trump, make America great again thing. And they're like, yeah, get rid of Obamacare. And then they go to the hospital. They're like, yeah, you don't have health care. Like, wait, what do you mean? I have the Affordable Care Act. It's not Obamacare. It's like, nope, that's exactly what it was. But had you gotten a little bit of education, it probably would have helped you understand what that was.
Exactly. That's like now in Nebraska, where I don't know if you've heard of it, but recently, so Nebraska heavily voted for Trump, heavily knew that they wanted to deport a lot of immigrants, but also didn't realize that many of their farms were populated by illegal immigrants, right? So now they're going through a crisis. They feel like they're going to go broke in like a couple months. And it's like, did you not think ahead of what the implications of this was? Like, yeah.
Even I think it was a group of farmers that were interviewed. If I might be wrong, it was somewhere in Iowa or I don't know, somewhere. But these were heavily red states, people that really love Trump, support him. But then when it came to supporting, he's like, I can't hire Americans. Like, wait, why? Because they're lazy and they don't do the work. So he's like, our family's been in business for I don't know how long, and we've never hired Americans. And it's like, why not? Because they cost too much and they're lazy. And I'm like, hold on a second. So you're for Trump, but you're against deportation because it helps your farming business. It's like, pick a struggle, my guy. You can't hate people and want them to benefit. Like, which one is it exactly?
You know what I'm saying? Did you guys recently see that Capital One and Discovery Financial Services, they merged?
Huh?
Yeah.
Which one, bro? Which one?
Capital One recently merged with Discovery Financial Services in a $35.3 billion all-stock acquisition.
Old Capital One, $500. Maybe we'll deserve
me, I'm sitting there old. I owe them $75.
But this all goes back to like how these big institutions, right? They just keep getting bigger and bigger. right? And when it comes to things like student loans and interest payments, man, like imagine if one person is like making all the rules in that sector, like they can really mess up a lot of things for people. Now think about, people who have homes, people who have businesses right now, and you're saying that you'll go into their wages and start garnishing stuff. Like most people are going back into the office, right? They're not even fully like like they say work-life balance. They don't fully have that yet, right? They're still trying to figure it out. And then now you're saying you're going to take that with interest rates rising in every different sector, right? Food and everything. I mean, my question is, once you do that and people cannot pay rent, they cannot pay their mortgages, are we saying that a good majority of people we accepted that they're going to be outside? So now we're going to have a nation of more homeless people? Like, what are we talking about?
Again, if they had, and this is simply how I look at it, and this when it comes to anything, if they can benefit from people being on the street, they're going to be on the street. That's just simply put. If they can benefit from you not being able to pay your mortgage, then so be it. It's literally
back to that whole thing, right? And maybe I don't understand it. Somebody got explain it to me. But then when you lock up a dad for not paying child support, when he's in jail, who pays for it then?
When he's in, no, that's the thing. You're looking at this in like a good for all thing. The jails are already privatized. That's one thing. And when the jails are privatized and they're paid by the government, that means if I know, you need to go watch the 13th Amendment. It's on Netflix. It explains this a little bit better. But if I go in, if the government cannot afford to build jails, and I don't have to build them, and I tell them, hey, listen, this is the minimum you need to pay for. And so now my business is jails. Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna bribe people. I'm gonna be lobbying to make sure that a certain thing passes so that my jails cannot be full and I can get paid. It's not about how is this gonna help. Nobody gives a fuck about that. It's like saying, well, finding the cure for cancer. It would help people, but that's a lot of millionaires that are gonna disappear. Why would you do that? So that's kind of what it comes down to. It's unfortunate. Like that's the ugly truth.
And probably with more people on the street, then you can either criminalize them, like Josh said, or how Trump said, you can get all these homegrown people and send them to El Salvador. So
there you go.
And then you just have, the people who can afford to live in America, people who can afford that $5 million gold card, all those billionaires. That's what you'll have left.
Josh, you better start getting them Airbnbs together for us.
No.
That's what it's looking like.
I was about to be like, hey, Tutu, man, you gotta find one of the $5 million visa bubbles to come and give you soft life.
That's what it's giving, because this life is treacherous and ghetto out here. All right, so Anthony Edwards, y'all.
My God. Anyway, sorry.
Anthony Edwards, y'all. If y'all don't know what's going on between him, Anthony Edwards is an NBA star. He plays for the
Minnesota Timberwolves.
The Timberwolves, yeah. He plays for the Timberwolves, and he is, I believe, I want to say 23 to 24 years old. He recently had another baby with Instagram influencer, because that's what we're gonna call her. She's also, sidebar, she is the baby mama or the mother of Little Baby, the rapper. One of the baby moms, and they had a child, a daughter named Aubrey. Mind you, he already has another daughter from another relationship. Mind you, he's in a relationship. He just stepped out and had a baby with the Aisha girl.
How old is she?
Aisha's 38.
Okay, let's go on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, they obviously one night stand. He said it was a smash and pass, whatever. And she found out she was pregnant, and she told him, and he was like, "That's nice. I don't want him to do the kid." So she all of a sudden now is apparently. So this is how it went, allegedly, because in the media world we say allegedly. He paid her abortion money to get the abortion. He sent her the money, and she was supposed to get it. She didn't get it. So that was his first problem. Then she comes and she's like, I'm gonna have this baby. And now she's upset basically, and she's trying to take him to court for child support because
Very delusional.
because he doesn't want to pay after he's already stated that he does not want to be in the child's life. He doesn't want to have nothing to do with the kid at all whatsoever. And allegedly, because we don't know if this is true, but he wants to go ahead and pay that full 18 years of child support so that way he doesn't have to do anything with that child. So now everybody, social media, society's in a frenzy because they're like, dude, you're wrong for that because why you want to be your kid's life? But then some people also like, well, I mean, he did say that he didn't want to be in the life, so why you kind of pressing it? And it's just a whole big thing. So it's a whole bunch of he said, she said stuff, and people are just like, I can't blame him. And honestly, to each his own, but hey, I'm gonna have to side with Anthony on this one. Only for the fact that he said he was not going to be in that child's life. You cannot sit here and get mad if somebody tell you I'm a cheater and then all of a sudden you get mad that they cheat. You know what I'm saying? Like if he tells you that he's not going to be a part of that child's life, you have to believe him. So now you can't sit here and cry boo-hoo on the internet and think we're going to feel bad for you after he already said this was. I mean, if I was to put myself in that situation, which God, I hope I never in that situation. But if it was me now, I would probably just be like, you know what? Just run me my money. Just run me my money. You ain't got to say, you ain't going to do nothing again because I can't force you to have a relationship with your child. Like, you know, I can't do that. So I'd rather just take the money, go ahead and put it for my little child, my child college fund, or do whatever I got to do for the child, because that's also another thing that these NBA players, they will be on child support, and then the baby moms, they don't sit there and use the child support money on the child. They use it to like fund their like
baby
lifestyle stuff. So yeah, what y'all think about that? How y'all feel? Are you sure Team Anthony?
I think I want the women to talk. I want to hear Hannah's side first.
I feel like on this one, I don't know. I feel like she tried to trap him. Like, what are you as a 38-year-old woman, especially because I was doing a little bit of research before this. So I was watching these little videos and they were saying that when she had a kid with Lil Baby, he was like 23 and she was 28. So it's giving like you're a predator. Like you're right.
Take that. I like that. That's good.
I mean, that's what it's like. Why? Because I guess as a woman who is 31, like I don't really, why would I want to be in a space with a 21-year-old, you know what I mean, who can barely drink, or a 23-year-old? Like there's just a different mindset, mentality. Like I don't want a little boy, like I want a man, you know? So I guess what are you looking for as a 28-year-old or a 38-year-old with somebody who is, and I'm not saying you can't get your rocks off, whatever, like if that's your preference. I guess it just feels very much like you sought them out. Lil Baby was your first kind of test run about how to live this life. And, you know, I don't know. I just feel like it's a predator. And I'm also kind of on a side note, there are some TikTok videos about women who they seek out people to be they are the baby mother, and even though the baby mama has multiple children, they seek out people who haven't fathered children yet, so that way that they can be the first, because they say you get the best benefits from the first baby dad, right? So like if the baby dad has multiple kids, I guess, then he doesn't support the other children as well. But if the first one, then you get the most money. And so there are women who specifically try to have children with people just that way they can have they're that person's first kid each time.
Rhea.
So I feel like it's given a little bit of predatory. It's given a little bit of like, yeah, you're seeking these young men who are new to fame, new to money, not really thinking about different responsibilities. And yeah, if he told you that he doesn't want a kid and he's not going to be in that kid's life, like I don't know what you think suing him is going to do. Like he doesn't want to be in the kid's life. So take the money and run.
Hey, her body, her choice. His money, his choice.
Oh, okay.
Okay, no. I think.
Apart.
Really what I want to call, but I think we already know the system is rigged against men. Whether you want to agree or not, That's just a fact. I'm not here to argue about that. It's pretty much the woman in any situation can decide to be like, well, I don't want to be a mom, and me as a man, I got no choice but just be like, boo, it is what it is. You ain't gonna be a dad, right? And there's no repercussions behind it. But the woman can come around and say, well, I don't care if you don't want to be the dad. I want to be the mom, and I'm gonna come to you and force you to be the dad. And if you don't want to, you go to jail. And if you let your emotions get in the way and you messed up and signed a birth certificate, come to find out it's not yours, you're still responsible. So the whole system is rigged against the man all the way. But him being open about it, being honest, and be like, listen, I don't want this. I want nothing to do with this. I think like your mama's got to be called Lulu because you Delulu as hell. Why are you trying to force? Why are you forcing this kid on somebody? Like why are you doing all this? If you want to have the kid, by all means do that. But don't come back and try to mess like a young person's life that just started the professional career up just so you could get some money out of him. You know, and I feel like it's completely bogus. I absolutely love how, to me, he's goated how he went about it. He said, listen, Media, you said I told you I didn't want to have a kid. I gave you the whatever money to whatever the kid. You didn't do it. One, he needs to get a refund on that, and then you can go ahead and pay the 18 just out of being petty, and then just go ahead and pay the 18 years and just get it out of the way. I would even say it'd be better if he just said put the college fund aside when mama can't touch it, and then put a stipend. It's just like, okay, this is how much it's gonna cost. I mean, put inflation as a calculation in there if you want. But just put the fee down and be done. Let the man go on and live his best life. He don't want to be part of that kid, don't want to be part of that kid. And let that kid go talk to his mom about it. They brought you in here without being wanted. She knew you was not going to be wanted. So I'm all the way for it. I love it. But I absolutely love that, Hannah, you call this a predator move. Because it's just, there's this whole thing about, like, okay, I can't even speak on that yet because it's fresh. But if it was the other way around, and there's a man that's 40 talking to a 22-year-old, even though she's of the age of consenting and everything is good and kosher, it's still a problem. His grooming or whatever it's called. But yet, the opposite is just, it becomes just, oh yeah, get that bag and all this whatever BS stuff. You know, oh, you be the first baby moms, and it's just, I don't like it. I absolutely don't like it. And I feel like as a society, we can't be, if we're going to say we're going to have a certain level of moral authority or standard that we're going to hold people against, we need to be consistent in that aspect and be willing to call each other out if we're being hypocrites about it. You know, and the same thing happens when it's like, yeah, that one is difficult. I'm not going to go on that one. But either way, let's just make sure the standards are being applied equally, okay? Because you're going to see
like, kind of to piggyback, and I'm sorry to interrupt, but like, did you hear about that? You guys talked about it on Palm Wine like way long ago, but it was that preacher or that pastor who, he,
the 63-year-old.
Yes, you know, it was the same vibe. It was like, you are well of age, and she is so young. Like, it's weird, you know what I mean? So if it's weird that way, it needs to be weird the other way.
Yeah, it just needs to be, everybody needs to be held accountable, whether it be man or woman. Like, that's what, when I shouted out Drea, because it's predator vibes. Like, you literally had a baby with a guy that's literally the same age as your first son. 21, that's nasty work. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't even make any sense why you couldn't date. It's out of all these niggas in the world, you just had to go ahead and just deal with somebody that's 21 years old. Like,
and I'll even play devil's advocate for a second. Like you said, getting your rocks off, by all means, mamas, go do that. That's fine. But when you doing this whole trapping nonsense, that's why I kind of got a problem with that stuff, right? Because, like, I mean, it's like there's already some mileage from your age mates and whatnot, and it's very public. And none of them decided to say, hey, you know what? This is the one. Let's go ahead. But then all of a sudden, you know, 21-year-old over here, it's off in every aspect. If it's just, might not like the way this sounds. If it's literally just for the same of vibes and inshallah, by all means, you know, go on and vibe and inshallah your way through that. But when he starts talking about bringing life here and then making people responsible, and it just looks like you're taking advantage. Or what you're asking for child support is kind of like, that doesn't equate the apartment you was living in LA. So why are you asking for all this extravagant, non-realistic stuff because the dad is living this way? No, you decided to. So go on, put your big girl panties on and do the same thing.
Yeah, because you took your big girl's panties off when you was out here fucking and sucking. So therefore, put it back on.
Yeah, that's I didn't want to say it because it could come off the wrong way if I say it. And I'm glad you was able to fill the blanks.
It's a
but
very.
No, I mean, I get it.
Go ahead.
So, no, I mean, I just think, like Hannah said, it's a trap. I think it was a trap. I think it was just like out of all the men up in this world, you just had to go ahead and just he said that he didn't want to be a part of it, and you still decided to. It don't make no sense. That's just like who else? Another one, Joy Chavez, Bow Wow baby mom. Bow Wow baby mom, she had a baby with him. Then she had a baby with Future. Then her last kid, she just had a baby with Trayvon Diggs. Trayvon Diggs is 25. Joy is 37 or something like that. And it's just like, why are we collecting baby daddies like Infinity Stones? Because
exactly. That's literally it. That is it. That's exactly it. It's Infinity Stone. That's what they collect is Infinity Stones.
Because I mean, the girl's life is set. Because you got Bow Wow as a baby daddy, you got Future as a baby daddy, and you got Trayvon Diggs. Yeah, girl, you set.
Is what I think, right? I think there are a collection of women that I call them industry women, right? That they go through the industry, that all the men come when somebody arrives, like, okay, yeah, man.
All the industry goes through them.
Those are regular women over there. Why the industry women? Okay, so all the mess with this ones. All right, cool. So if we got to impregnate, this other women, okay, impregnate, right? We should not touch those other ones. Well, these ones are used to, this big money that they'll throw at them. Those ones are not. So we should not bombard their head. We should not kill them like that. Let's not do that to them.
Part of the orientation PowerPoint.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, part of the orientation. Let's go to this ones here because it makes no goddamn sense that the woman you go and impregnate is like your teammate's dad's baby mother. Like, what sense does that make, man? Like, I don't get it. Like, nobody telling you guys, like, yo, they mess with this person, that person, and then you still go, yeah, man.
Hello?
Yeah.
I think it's just the industry because that was just like, what's her? Larsa Pippen, Scottie Pippen, ex-wife, when she was dealing with, what's his name? Michael Jordan's son? Yeah. Marcus Jordan. Bro, like, you literally raised old boy, and you sitting here having a whole relationship with him.
I mean, at the same time, you can't blame her if the Yelp reviews are good, business is going to be booming. So that might be it.
I mean, hey, you ain't never lied. And it's crazy because they say, go ahead, AK, sorry.
No, I was just going to say, being that you're an industry babes, some of us did not read the fine print. When you go to sign off a credit card thing, you don't read the fine print. Some of us did not read the fine print, some of this. So don't come looking for sympathy from us because, again, when you guys were going for $3,000 dinners, we were not there. When they were piping you on the Eiffel Tower, one of your legs was the Gold Star, the other one was we're not there. So why all of a sudden now I'm supposed to be in here feeling sorry? I mean, I understand as a kid, sorry guy, you are just a casualty of war, but in all honesty, you're not the first or the last that will go through this. So please take a number and sit down. Some of us will try to help if need be, but you already have $1 million, give it to your mother. Now let's see what she'll do with it. They will say that everything you give to a woman will multiply in 10 folds, please.
Including problems.
Yes. Well, yes. As you multiply the problems, multiply that money too. He's introduced something that we've never seen before. Please, for those men that got the money, pay your child support so that 3 years down the road, where you are making 3 times as much as that, you don't have to worry about it.
Oh, no. I gotta cut you off a K. Do you know that that's not how it works? Yeah. So right now he can go ahead and sign that, right, and pay the 18 years. But the messed up part is, down the line, it could be 10 years from now, 5 years from now, she could come back and say it's not adequate. And guess what? She's going to have to sit, unless she signs some kind of other paperwork, she can still come back and be like, that's not enough money. The cost of living has gone up. I'm just saying.
I get it, right?
And she doesn't have to claim taxes on, she doesn't have to pay taxes on it. And she don't, and he can't write it off.
I get it, right? But again, Rome was not built in one day. You know what I mean? So we'll accept the little wins that we can get. Again, this is something that's never been done before or proposed. You know what I mean? So I'm happy that somebody is crazy enough to, try it for the first time. And as we can see, it's something that somebody can, propose. So yeah, or better yet, for all of you, the basketballers, the ones who are making the millions, be like most of the soccer players. Just put your wealth under your mother's name.
Akimi.
The mother? Do you trust your mother is the question. Do you trust your mother? Okay.
You have to remember some of these people's mothers are drier, so you never know. Stop.
Josh.
Stop.
But all I'm saying is, man, her body, her choice, his money, his choice too. Secondly, man, again, guys, I understand that we want to sit here and say, the kid had no problem, no role to play in this. I totally and completely agree with you guys. But we all can also agree that not everybody's equipped to be a parent, So if somebody's telling you that I don't want this, would you rather they take something and then the next is we'll find the kid hanging off of a balcony, screaming, "Somebody help me! Somebody help me! Somebody help me!" Or the kid is just at peace with the mother. Please, for me, let the kid just be at peace with the mother. Not to say that will happen, but just imagine, So yeah.
Extreme examples.
No, but actually it's crazy. You just said that.
So extreme.
No, I said it's extreme, but there's a case right now. I forget what the football player name is. He just has his mother-in-law called the cops because he was in an argument with his wife or baby moms, and he was arguing about holding the baby over the balcony on the 35th floor, and it's a little baby. So I don't know if his intention. It didn't look like he wasn't doing a Michael Jackson with it, but he was. Yeah, it was.
Why would they argue the balcony in the first place with a baby in the hand?
I don't know, my guy. I'm just telling you what I saw. I was no part of the argument.
Now he needs his ass beat because don't be playing with my child like that.
No, but at the same time, I'll agree with what you said. I think it's better for a child. I was gonna say something toxic, other than the fact that they'll make it to the NBA. But it's better for a child at least to grow up with a moms, and seeing her happy, and then have the dad there be toxic to them as well. Let mom go on and have a great relationship somewhere and have, be able to see mom be happy and whatnot. But rather than, you've got baby daddy over here, that's an issue, a toxic relationship, all that being exposed to the kid. I mean, if he just wants to pay it off, want to go find love somewhere else and show him, find him a Russell Wilson for all I know. I don't care.
This kid is gonna learn his MBAs. It's through, that 1.5 million something that he signed for the child support. Should use that letter to teach him his MBAs.
The kid will never make it. That's not kids that grow up without fathers make it to the NBA faster. But anyways.
Well, I mean,
I think when we think about that, this is his fourth kid.
Is it? No, I thought it was the second.
Fourth.
It's his fourth, girl. It's
he had 3 in 1 year, 2000.
Yeah, so that kind of changes a little bit stuff too, right? So we talk about her being a predator, but also you didn't learn your lesson after 3 or 4 times.
That man is 23.
Yes, with 4 children now.
I mean, that just means he's active. We're proud of him.
All right, now.
I mean, you could be active, but you could also be smart.
Yeah, why are you?
That was me being irresponsible in my answer, but I agree with you. There's ways to go about it.
Somebody said as much shots he's making on court, he's making as many shots off court.
Yeah, we tell who's fertile. Because that's actually ridiculous.
I think if I have 4 kids, it's going to be a vasectomy in the
I feel I don't know. You just have to know that, even though that you don't want the kid, she still might ask. And if you do that 4 times, you're about to be paying some type of child support. I feel like I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like some type of court is going to eventually rule in the woman's favor because it's you're out here being irresponsible. I don't know.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
This is true. Well, PSA. We don't want to hear about y'all problems, okay? We wasn't there when y'all was laying down fucking and sucking. We don't want to hear it either. Don't ask us what we should do. I just feel like it just don't make no sense. Like when she came on Instagram and was like airing out, I don't know, when celebrities do that, it just literally kills me because what the hell do you expect me, little old me? We're not even in the same tax bracket. What the hell am I supposed to do and say? Like, why would you think that I have the answers for you? I just feel like
this is why it's important to love your children and show them attention. Because otherwise they come here on social media looking for it. Because there's no other way you can tell me you're coming here to just spill the beans if it's not to look for the attention and love you did not receive at home.
Mm-hmm. Up onto you. You have to go and serve the Lord, and then your kid is telling you I want attention, and you don't give it to them because you have to go and serve the Lord. They still have to go and look for it outside. They cannot sit down in one place for just 5 minutes and respect themselves.
I just don't understand it. It's not making any sense. You guys have each other's phone numbers.
We're not friends.
Send an email, a damn pigeon, something. We don't want to hear it.
But thing is, you guys started talking, anonymously. Not even before you guys met each other. You started talking probably on Snapchat or on Instagram DMs. Then you decided to get phone numbers and we're talking before you said the FaceTime. And all of a sudden, you stop talking.
You said the DMs. You didn't share the nudes.
You did it. But now you shared the issues. We don't want to hear. We didn't sign up for it. No.
Some kind of nonsense.
That's free access to your OnlyFans, and then we can share.
You know what I'm saying?
No. Well, best of luck to them because at this point, yeah, we don't know for her. I don't know. It's giving kind of. All right. Before we wrap this up, Tracy Ellis Ross made a video. Hunger said she prefers dating younger men to avoid toxic masculinity in her peer group. So what y'all think? Like what? Now she is what? She's 52. 4 kids. She ain't never been married. None of that. She just said she just want to be the cool rich auntie that just wants to vibe out. Hannah, what you think about that? Because us being young, are you single? Are you in a relationship? Single?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Being young ladies young women in our 30s, do you prefer an older man? Do you prefer a man that's your age or maybe slightly younger? Like, what you think? What's your thoughts?
I prefer a man who's like slightly older or older, like not too old, right?
What's your cutoff? What's your cutoff age? Because I have a cutoff age, but I've been told that I probably need to boost it up.
52?
Oh, God forbid.
No.
What?
I think it's at 52.
No, I was going to say like, honestly, mine's like kind of young. It's like 38, 39.
Yeah, you're better than me because I said 30.
Like, if you get like 40 is kind of pushing, it's,
yeah.
I don't know about that, but like max, I would probably go on like a dating app would be like 38.
Yeah.
For sure.
No, I said you're kind of a little higher than me. I said like 36, maybe 37. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like 40 just 40 is just starting to get my uncle or something like that.
Not there yet.
I'm not mature yet. I would say I'm not mature yet. I don't know. Yeah.
Do
you think she's right about
I feel like
the younger men or
at any age. So I don't know what she means by toxic men are only at 52 because I feel like I have met a toxic man at they could be at any age. So I feel like, again, it kind of piggybacks off of our last conversation. Like, it's kind of predatory. It's like, why are you seeking young men? Are you trying to mold them? And it's, I don't know. Not like mentor. I don't know. It just feels weird. It's like
mentor.
I don't know. What are you trying to coach them through? Like, why are you? I don't know. I don't know. It's just.
It's weird.
It couldn't be me. Couldn't be me.
What'd you say, Josh?
I have a bit of an unpopular opinion about it. I mean,
what's your cutoff age? Let's start there.
Me, okay, for play or for real?
Well, both, because now I'm curious. What?
Right, okay, because you just set yourself up.
For play or for real? Let's do play first.
For place. Shit, 52, she get it. What you talking about?
Okay, that's the oldest. What's the youngest you'll go?
I mean, 55 can get it too, but the youngest I'll go, as of I'm not going down past, like, to go below 23. I'm like pushing it. Like, she's gonna have to be like Einstein's genes, and she knows how to have a
number, my friend. Stop trying to justify below 23.
23 is the cutoff as low as you go.
Okay.
And even that's special occasion. To be honest, that's really special occasion. No, but the thing is,
oh, we're talking about. We said this is play. So what's for real? What's for real? That play.
Oh, for real? For real, we're talking 20. The lowest I'll go, I'll say 27, 28. That's the lowest. The highest I'll go.
This nigga about to say 72. Don't piss me off, please. Don't piss me off.
The highest I'm be 31. My age, maybe. Yeah, but 31, 32 is where I'm at.
Okay.
Maybe 33. That just depends. But I think why I understand her side is because guys, don't judge me, or I'm just telling you how society is.
I want to hear this.
Men her age, they're looking for younger anyways, right? And then if men her age are looking for younger, most of the men that are probably above her age, it might be a performance issue or there's a small amount. So now it kind of leaves an area for the younger guy to just be in that zone with almost no defense. And it's financially sound for some of them that are still trying to, focus on themselves and focus on self-development. You have auntie over here. You can't impress her with anything. She has more assets than you do. Your only job is make sure you're physically fit, you focus on your health and your well-being, and you take care of her. And then, I guess, naturally, that's what it's going to lead to. But for her, she's clearly just there for play because there's no commitment coming out of there. By 52, there's no commitment coming out of that woman. I guarantee you that.
I feel you, Josh, but I guess the thing was because she said to avoid toxic masculinity. Like, that's the key. Like, if you wanna date young because that's your thing, like you said, people in your age group can't do it like you want it. Okay, like that's fair, right?
Yeah. But it's gonna work though, even when you talk about the toxic masculinity. I think the older we get as men, go ahead, Fred.
Well, I'm just saying, like, you can be a toxic male at any age. There are like young teens who are. I don't know what you have to be toxic. Like there are just people at any age that can be toxic.
I agree, but I feel like the older you get, also the things you go through and you encounter kind of shape you in a certain way. And most of the time, I think our guards are a lot higher up with people who are, I'm going to say, who are our peers, because we kind of have an idea of what the conversation is between us. And we come in with some kind of, I don't know, like there's already some kind of thought that we have about the whole thing. You'll find, I mean, at least I've seen it, men become a little bit more open-minded or have a different, they're more open to certain conversations when the age range is outside of the regular dating. Like, I'm going to say plus minus 4 or 5. So in that case, and then with her, she's coming in a little older. Maybe even the way she's handling situations is going to be completely different. She really not going to be yelling at you. She's just going to be passive aggressive when you're going to fix your own attitude as a man. Yeah, it's different. But if she's dealing with a man her age, it might be, I don't know. It makes sense in my head. I probably don't know how to properly voice it. But when it's people in your age group, there's already some kind of, I'm going to call it prejudice that's already there, for lack of a better way to say it. So I kind of agree with her. But then if I'm coming in for rich anti vibes anyway, so I'm not going to argue too much.
You know what I'm saying? My thing is, if she wants something stronger and bigger, that's a different conversation. If she wants something that will last longer, more powerful, that's a different conversation. But don't come and tell me masculinity. Which one is that one? Which
No,
one
but
is
it don't personally make sense though. It can't.
so and then now you're chalking it up to, oh, the newer generation, they're more open, they're more fluid in their way of thinking. Just tell me that you are bisexual too, at that. Why you want it? You know what I mean? So that like why? Please.
The guy, the curveballs coming in to help you on this guy. No, but what I'm trying to say is, again, we gotta be honest with ourselves. I feel like there's a little bit of grace that we have with people that are not in our age group. Okay, whether it be grace or extra harshness, but we tend to behave differently when someone is outside of the same age group. And depending on different conversations that you're having. Like, for example, we're talking about the whole gender roles thing or whatnot. When it's just our age group talking, and let's say when we bring in someone that's an elder, our tone changes completely. Okay, and I'm not putting auntie in the elder group, but I'm just saying it's like our tone changes a bit. So if our tone changes just with them people, obviously that's what I'm saying. I would understand why her argument was that it might be a little bit less toxic masculine. Now, a dude that's in his 50s that's single, my boy's probably, he's seen enough. Anybody in his thing just feels like, yeah, we're not playing with that. He's going to go for someone that, as they say, that has less trauma and less experience in life because they're more open-minded.
So now she's nominating herself to do what? To train the younger generation to be
to deal with stress. Just
yeah. I feel like it's the toxic masculinity part for me, because I feel like I don't mind her preference, right? If she's just an older woman who says, like, I like younger men because they make me feel young. I like younger men because I get to show them the world. I like younger men because I get to splurge on them, and it makes me feel good, like I'm a rich auntie, right? If she could have her preference for younger men, right? That's not what I'm disagreeing on. She can say, I like younger men because they make me feel better in bed, you know what I mean? Whatever the case is, but it's because you say you like them because they're less toxic, they're less toxic masculine or whatever. It's kind of like that to me changes the vibe a little bit, and we could talk semantics, but it's like that to me is like, okay, so are you saying because a man your age, you can't mold them, you can't kind of change them or make them do what you want? Is that what you're considering toxic? And like, because this person's young, I don't know. It's just, I feel like it's a different vibe. That it's just the terminology to me is what makes it kind of weird. But if you just want to say like, younger people make me feel younger, or I just like younger men because they're attractive, they're hot, you know what I mean? They have better bodies than the 60-year-old, you know what I mean? Whatever the case is, like, go for it. But I feel like you should just be real in what you're saying. Don't blame it on toxic masculinity, because like I've been saying, that could be at any age. There are young boys out here. I mean, you can kind of say, who was the dude that we just talked about, the basketball player? You could almost call him toxic masculine because he has 4 kids in a year and a half, you know what I mean? Just out here producing children and perpetuating the cycle. So that's a 23-year-old versus maybe a 52-year-old man out here doing similar, so it's just like, let's call a spade a spade. If you want a young man,
a good Christian man.
Huh?
You call him a good Christian man. He did say, "Go forth and multiply."
And what to father your children? Get out of here! What?
Don't piss me off right now. Wrap it up. We're wrapping this up right now. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Lord.
That's a good one.
AK, do you have anything to add to close out before?
No. I just think that, wait, what were we just talking about right now?
Lord, Tracy.
Yeah. That woman thing. Oh, I just think that, as people get older, right? Oh, sorry, to answer Josh's question, why is that we sit and then other people in our midst, we start, holding back? Bro, because you cannot be arguing with somebody who already has the experience. You know what I mean? Like, they already have they can corner you in many different ways. You will just you just have your own theory. You don't have experience, right? To go to,
exactly.
to counter them. So, But in a nutshell, all I'm saying is, for her, I mean, I do see where she's coming from. I agree with her. Again, her choices matter. Whatever she wants to do, not my problem. My problem is, don't sit there and generalize. Don't say all men above this are that. Because there are a ton of men at that age who are doing good by their women. So you're doing a disservice to those people by generalizing. Now, people say, oh, you two are generalizing. I'm just going by what she said. And now, for the young guys, please, you need to also elaborate. Who was she talking about? Michelle Obama. You could have asked her, how young are we talking about? Maybe you did, maybe you did not. I don't know. I got to go find a whole video. But how young are you talking about? Because we're not about to let you think that you're about to walk out here, being a predator to most of our young males. We're not going to stand for it.
Oh no, did you say Michelle Obama?
She was talking to Michelle Obama.
Okay.
On a podcast. Yeah, she was talking to Michelle Obama and her brother. It was on the podcast that she mentioned that. And then she was snapping too, like, I don't know what the hell she was snapping at. But anyways, that's a topic for another day. But yeah, that's it, man. Tutu. I mean, gotta go with word of the week. Or please, I hope you have a question. So let's go.
Wait, Tutu, you see what he just said? That means he agrees with what she said. The whole point of, we would not argue with our elders and whatnot. That's exactly her experience is showing that she's not dealing with toxic men because they come expecting that experience. So they don't have no room to be toxic. They're there to learn and be educated. That's what it was. And now I understand.
She's actually being I'm not agreeing with her. I'm agreeing with her opinion. I'm not agreeing with, she has a right to have the opinion. But all I'm saying is, I hope the same toxic that you're saying that you are having is not the same toxicity that you're about to turn and pass to the other person. You know what I mean? Just in the name of, I am older. Because I guarantee you, she's not about to treat that young guy like an equal, like they are equals. It's not going to happen.
The men are not complaining. I'm here for it.
Well, I mean, if she's financing the guy's life, who is going to complain? If she's financing and then he's still getting his racks off, what will you complain? Unless, anyways, to please carry go.
You want to be a candidate? Just say that.
Who?
You.
Me? I'm talking to Josh.
If you want to be a candidate, just say that.
No.
I already follow. I don't know what to say. What was applications drop? I'll be there. What you talking about?
No. Okay.
There are no kicks.
I might need an internship, to make sure I'm the best person for
whatever. Not an internship. Hey, yo.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So
don't fuck it up, and then you find yourself in the streets.
Usually we do word of the week, but today I have a scenario. And I just want to get y'all thoughts about it. Usually we have scenarios that people would send us and stuff. So I was like, okay, let me get this one. All right, so listen to this. Good morning. I hope you all can help me with this issue I'm having with my husband. He has a nephew that's more like a son to him that's 30 years old. He has been out of work for a few months after getting fired for getting into a fight at his job. So this boy got his car repossessed after 3 missed payments, and my husband went and paid $1,800 to get the car back and then gave him another $4,500 to pay the loan off. I found out about it from the bank statements. He tried to justify it, saying he's helping him get back on his feet now that he has a new job starting soon. We've been married 8 years and don't have any kids. I got a problem with it because he did this behind my back and because we just had canceled a cruise with my family back in December because he was talking about it was too expensive and the economy, this and that. But it wasn't too expensive to give this boy almost $7,000 because he's irresponsible. Make it make sense. And why should I not be pissed off as I am?
Question number one, why are you referring to him as a boy?
I know that was my first. I was like, wait, the 30-year-old?
That's already, you guys have a...
Wait, which boy? She's talking about the nephew.
Exactly, he's 30.
Question number 2.
Okay.
Did we start this episode by saying that the woman should work for her own? If she was working for her own, would she be sitting here arguing with her husband about would she not just go ahead and pay for her family's cruise? What are we talking about here?
No, everything was paid. They canceled it because they canceled the cruise because he had to give his son. He said he didn't have any
it was money. Her body, her choice, his money, his choice. again, I'm saying this, right? He decided that, you know what? My family is important than this cruise that we're going, because he looked at the she said her entire family. She didn't say our entire family. Do you hear the shit that she said?
But he is part of the family. And what if
no. Him is him and her family. She doesn't say him, his family, and her. She said me, you, and my family.
The wording is just very
okay. Apart from the cruise part about it, if he sat there and didn't tell her, is that not a problem?
No,
that's a problem.
That's not a problem.
Yes, it is. That is a problem, because you're sitting here giving your nephew. Yes, that's your blood. Okay, you're giving your nephew money. That's fine, but you're doing stuff behind my back. Like, why not just be open about it and say, "Hey, babe, this is the situation. My nephew got into some shit. He's being irresponsible. Yes, like he has his fault, but at least tell me." Because if we was to do that shit, y'all would have been sitting here telling us and turning us every way, which way but loose. So don't sit here and be like, "Oh, don't
do it on your capital, or are you doing it on my capital?"
Why does it matter if it's his money or not?
Jesus fucking Christ of Nazareth, that just rose the other.
Regardless of whose capital it is, there's a bigger problem here. I'm sorry. I think it's just you guys are not addressing the fact that you've had this guy, the dad has had a job to raise a nephew or whatever it is for this long, and he still managed to fail at raising a man who thinks that at 30 years old, you should still be getting into a fight at work. You don't understand your priorities. You all failed. That's just, it's bogus in every aspect. If you shot someone, I understand self-defense. You're fighting at work. You're jeopardizing your job. Your car is getting repossessed. Responsibility is not one of the core values that you were taught in that family. Issue starts with a man already there, 1. 2, clearly at this point, if you realize you failed, okay, let him start taking the bus. So that way, at least he can start appreciate, understand that money does not come from uncle or daddy's account. You know, have a little bit of, matter of fact, start garnishing some of his wages, be Trump, so that, he can start paying some of his stuff off, start paying some bills at home or some, and then at that point, then we can.
You know what you're talking about. You understand? You know what you're talking about. Do you know what it means, family ship? Do you know what it means to be a brother's brother, a brother's keeper? Do you know what it means to?
We do. We absolutely know what it means.
Yes. Then you understand that. Just like Jesus rose from dead 3 days after. For what? For your salvation. You have to understand that the uncle or the cousin, whichever, also have to show him grace in that moment. Yes.
So you're basically enabling him. That's what you're saying.
I'm not against showing grace.
He's not enabling. Understand that.
You're enabling him because you're being a brother's brother or uncle's uncle, whoever. You're enabling him. If it's
God forbid, if you have to take care of your brother's child, one of the responsibilities, and this is part of your responsibility, is to make sure you make him a responsible man, an independent man who can actually have a family that comes from him and that can depend on him. But if you're having someone that can barely understand what responsibility is, thinks that when they crash their car and gets repossessed, daddy is there to bail them out. They will go and bring.
They're not going to grow up.
If you tell me that's the second time, or the third time, I'll understand, right? If there's a first offense, at least let them have grace. It's their first offense, so forgive them, just as you two have seen so many times and you've been offended. Now, I'm not rewriting this. I'm just simply saying that it did not tell me if it's a first, second, or third. So all I'm saying is give the kid grace.
Good job, though. It said that he can't keep a job.
He can't keep a job. It said he had been out of work for a few months after getting fired for getting in a fight at his job. Yeah, he cannot keep a job.
He can't keep a job. So
well, there's some.
This is the first time. Yes, I understand grace. We give grace. Yes, I understand that. But if you're doing it again, we're not doing it. My thing is, it just needs to. I feel like if y'all gonna sit here and be like, oh, because if the man is sitting here giving money and not telling his wife, when the wife decides to go ahead and do that now, nobody should sit here and start complaining and crying.
Well, I guess you can go ahead and book the what was it, the cruise trip for the next time.
Oh, now we can go on the cruise now. Now we can go on the cruise.
No. I'm saying that she can, since she thinks that now if she do it, it will be the same. Let her go ahead and book the cruise and now go with her husband, for crying out loud, because her husband spent $7,000 on the nephew. I will do the same shit too. You know why? Because that's blood.
Yeah, but I feel like it's more about just at least tell me, right? Like it's just tell me that that's what you're about to do. Let me know because
With
your
you
decisions are
100%.
now affecting my happy or how we are interacting. You know what I
Thank
mean?
you.
We are supposed to go bonding on a trip. We are supposed to do this. I just let me know why we're not doing
Now
this.
you hiding shit.
Like
Yeah. You
it's
See,
hiding
still
shit.
your choice, your money. Sure, sure.
Regardless of
But
what.
it's
put me in the loop in terms of communication about what happened.
I,
don't. Or what if I try to take, you just spent 7 grand, right? I didn't know this, but like I take your card just thinking like I'm just about to go buy something real quick, and then I get declined, you know what I mean, or something, or you're mad because now we're over budget, da 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 da. But I'm like, how was I supposed to know that you just spent 7 grand and you just sent it to your nephew or whoever? Like,
Yeah. Communication. Just communicate. That's it.
just tell me, you know what I mean? You can still make the decision and do what
ladies
you
and
need to
gentlemen,
do.
that's why for number one, I say,
And again, I don't agree. But
see, this is the thing, right? If I know that I'll tell you you're going to flip, I'm gonna just go ahead and do it regardless. I'll come back to flip.
No, let me be mad. I'll be mad. I'll get over it. But I respect you
No,
10 times more because you told me the
no, no, no,
truth.
no, 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 no,
no. Keep that respect. Listen,
It does
Tutu.
not work like that.
No. Keep that respect. Hold on. Because listen, there's this thing. You always want men, and I'm sure I'm going to generalize for the sake of my argument. No, you just need to communicate. You just need to tell me, my dear, if my communication comes with consequences, okay, I will just keep my communication to myself.
And do that.
I will have to handle what I gotta do because now you better make me feel like less of a man and make me feel like shit and all this stuff. Man, I'm not saying that, just generalize it for the sake of argument. Like I love that. I think I really love how it's cute when you guys say it. It's like, oh, just communicate. Just you should have just told me. Like, and in my head, I'm like, oh, look at her just being so optimistic. Because for me in my head, what I know for a fact, when I say what I'm about to do, or even if I say but either whether it's before or after, I'm doomed. That's number one. Okay? Because before it's why would you be so dumb to basically consider this thing? That would be the beginning part. But after is why did you not even say it? Even though I just came and I told you, hey, this is done. And mind you, I'm not speaking for all men, but most of the men that I know in my life. If I go ahead and I decide to make that decision, it's because there's a plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G till Z to make sure that money comes back that I have in my head that will be executed somehow, some way. But God forbid, sweetheart doesn't believe in the plan. Then all that just goes to hell. It's doomed if you do it, you don't. Okay. So sometimes I understand what the man just decide. Hey, listen, bro, we're gonna handle this right now, and then I'm just gonna make sure if she got to swipe, it can swipe. All right, and I'm gonna do the control.
Because you might never understand that. When he's going to do his thing, that's probably the car he uses, not his own car, just so he don't get caught. So there are many reasons to why this car got to come back. You understand? This car got to come back. There are many reasons why. You just don't understand.
All I'm saying is that's cute and all. Keep the same energy when we do it. That's all I'm saying. Just keep the same energy when we do it. Because let me mistakenly go ahead and give my niece some money, and you open your mouth and you tell me, oh, why this and that, A, B, C, and D. Oh, no. Let's have the same energy.
Let me speak from trauma one more time. So let me tell you something real quick, okay? And I'm going to generalize this whole entire thing for the sake of an argument, okay? As a man, my responsibility in this household is our well-being financially, is our well-being in every aspect, right? So if I decide to go make this decision, my dear, there's all this I've thought about. And I'm sorry. The other side, when you decide to go and you decide to, oh, me too, since you did it, let me do it too. You're not calculating the same calculations I did for one. Because for you're just doing the tit for tat thing. So now you're going to go ahead and use the same card that has all the cardinal money saved aside. You're going to start about, well, you did it. But did we go on the cruise? Yeah, okay, we didn't go on the cruise. But is our account about to get repossessed? That's not the same thing. Y'all just go, wow. Like that's the one time I'm disappointed that you don't overthink. That's the one time. Because other times the overthinking is through the roof. And it's amazing. But that one time when it's you did it, so I must do it. The overthinking disappears. It's just you decide to be, like you've seen the memes where they do when the girl is traveling with her man to the airport. Man knows through all the exits, knows which airplane just landed. For her, she's singing "Kumbaya, my love." Who doesn't know what gate it is, what airline it is? She just know the destination.
We just show up.
No, that one just struck a nerve for me. And maybe from not the same. Let's not put that in the same category at all.
Long story short, communicate with your woman and tell them what you're about to do. Simple.
Not necessary.
And don't be canceling no cruises or no trips.
Communicating shit.
Not necessary.
See, that's the problem. Anyways, that was it. So thank you guys for for answering my dilemma.
See, listen. Maybe he wanted that. Maybe he didn't want to go on that cruise in the first place, and that came up very perfect timing. You understand? Can you imagine being can you imagine being the only guy, and then it's
I'm pretty sure that wasn't the only guy, and even if why not spend that time with your wife? That's still quality time. Spend some time with your family, bonding time. I'm starting to think that's you two. Something. No.
It's on the cruise at that. It's on the cruise at that. No Wi-Fi. You have to pay for Wi-Fi.
Cruises have Wi-Fi.
You have to pay for Wi-Fi.
Oh.
And you have to buy drinks.
You say you're the only guy you don't understand.
Well, guess what? Had you hadn't given your nephew that $7,000, you would have had money for that Wi-Fi and them drinks. I promise you that, though.
Yeah, but it's not the same. I beg.
I promise you that.
The only guy at that end is how many people, family members, and they all go with it.
Wrap this up, AK.
We're having a traumatic moment right now. Let's move on.
Anyway, listen, let's end like this, right? In the world right now, as you look at the world, if there's one thing you'd like to change, right? You always say, be the change you want to see in the world. If there's one thing currently right now that you would love to change, that if you have the ability to, you have the finances, you have those mental, financial strength, any and everything that you so desire to see these to fruition, start, continue, and not end, but just keep it going. What would that be for you?
Okay, circling back, I would get rid of these student loans for people here, okay? Because we are boggled down by, like credit scores, we don't need those impacted. If we didn't have student loans, maybe we could actually build more businesses or have all these kids that they want us to have, buy more homes, stuff like that. Like if we just didn't have debt. So that would be my goal, is to get rid of particularly student loan debt and then, help people out with the rest of their debt.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Tutu, go ahead.
I agree with my good sis. Yep.
Find different one, please.
Dang, but that's what I was gonna say though. She just happened to get to it first.
I know that's why you work. I know that's why I didn't mind.
No, for real, because I think it's really pain in my chest right now. Seriously. What else would I get?
How much does your credit score go by?
Y'all don't even want to know. That thing dropped, y'all.
But
it dropped.
7 points.
67.
67.
Okay.
Is that a lot?
A lot.
Oh, wait. Is that? I mean, did it drop by 67, or was that too little?
No, it's too little.
Oh, that's too little. Damn. Like 100?
I will go ahead and I will out myself right now. My joint dropped. I looked and it was literally my student loans that dropped 133 points.
Shit.
133 points, y'all.
You might not be allowed to breathe.
Wait, now I gotta lock in. What?
No, I said
you gotta be going to check my own right now.
For those that don't
but you know what? We just thank the good Lord that I had a good credit score. So it did damage, but it didn't do too much. Like I could still live.
Is it like you still have to get like an 8% interest rate on a Dodge Charger? And
I probably have to beg and plead with them, like, y'all just give me a little chance real quick. Like, it's not bad, but it's like, dang, y'all.
You go from buying from the dealership to anybody gets approved.
Yo, that thing is, it's
Yeah.
It's
Is
crazy. It's
everybody taking their credit right now? Hannah and AK?
Yeah. Like, what?
Then I listen to that. Hold on a second.
No, that thing. I looked at it and it literally was just like student loans, and I was like, "No way! Are you kidding me right now?"
Yes, and I was making that those numbers because my own student loan thing went down by 68 points,
Yeah.
and it said student loans. I say,
Yeah, that 100. I seen that 100. I said, "Yikes! Oh my lord!" But we thank God. If I wanted to go ahead and do stuff, I can still do it. I just gotta be cautious. But yeah,
yeah,
they still gonna have to get that shit back in blood. I don't care what nobody said.
you'll get it.
Paycheck, girl. That's
You'll get it. Blood of your paycheck.
Let me stop playing. They really about to get it back in them checks.
That's crazy, man. Can you imagine wanting to pay your rent or mortgage and the government have cut half of it, and you have to sit there like, oh.
I can't live because
Nuts. Anyways, Josh, what's your own? Talking bullshit.
I feels like I'm trying to. It's gonna make me feel like a pick me, but I would like if I could change something. Have more programs that offer opportunity to the youth to either learn a new skill, get a new certificate, and just not have them just believe that the traditional way that we were taught to get an education is the only way. And that could also mean not just in skill, but also means to get to stuff. You know, you'll hear about people that give grants that will help, you know, X company do this and grow. Because there's a lot of people that really have great ideas, and the only thing they're missing is somebody to be behind them. And that could be guidance in terms of, you know, a business consultant, a business mentor, or a strategy person to help them properly structure their stuff. You know, so if it was so pretty much stop looking at them as just a number of people to take advantage of, but understand that they'll be the ones running tomorrow, and try to empower them any way you can.
Oh, that's so nice. Wow.
I know this asshole. There's a good guy, I promise.
That's nice.
Yeah, we see it. Do your thoughts. Mine will be, let me see. Two things, right? If I was like wealthy, like one of these, you know, billionaires and stuff like that, I'm about to equip all the schools in Africa, man, with freaking like their science labs and computer labs with, you know, equipment for them to be able to study and even compete with the remainder of the world. That would be one. Number two would be, and this might be a little bit controversial, but they say faith without works is dead, right? Stop people who will pray their lives, they'll pray their tails away, you know, from sunrise to sundown, they'll keep praying, but they'll not put in any work. I guess the only work they do is to put in prayers. Like, my question is how, like, what miracle are they expecting to happen? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, but educate most folks that, you know, like, yeah, the prayers are cool, but you also got to work. You also got to work. So those prayers bless the work, you know, and yeah. And for me, you know, just encourage more people to lean towards the word, because you find greater peace. Not necessarily for, you know, like, I don't know, like most people, like you say, you pray because you want to get a job, or no, like just pray for your inner peace, you know, like, because when you have the inner peace, you can begin to do other things. So that would be my second. So yeah. Anyways, man, that's it.
Talk about inner peace, but you was not peaceful this whole entire episode.
Yeah, I know. This, I mean, it was just for this 1.5 hours. After this, I'll go back to peace. You know.
Before you end though, when you're talking about the prayers and works thing, like, if there was a way someone could just go and reprogram, I say this with love. You know, it could reprogram Africans to make them understand that prayer is not everything. Like you just said. Because the moment you bring that up, I'm just saying, because that one was a soft topic for me. We just got an argument 2 days ago. But the moment you tell them that, you can't just sit there and pray They're like, oh, Jesus went and fasted 40 days. You've been doing 40 days with no job application. What do you want God to work on? You know, you're over here just, at this point, you're not even fasting anymore. You're starving your body. Just go eat and put in a job application and God will work. But you're just starving yourself. And because he's not going to fill out the application. If you want him to give you a job, put in the application. You want him to give you a job, actually go and prepare to qualify for the job. You know, I feel like sometimes people think that we have a disorganized God, that he's gonna, he's not gonna make you, he's not gonna give you a doctor's job if all you have is an associate's degree. It's not gonna happen. That's not how miracles work. He's not gonna endanger his other children just for you to be happy. That's not how it works. It's like they need to rewire people a little bit just so you understand. Like, yes, prayer is good, but you have to give God an opportunity for him to do something. And, it's almost like you're tying his hand and say, "Okay, show me a trick." Like, no, it's not a circus. Like, there just needs to be a bit of like rewiring a bit, and also understand that you pray for a Range Rover when you don't even have gas money or you barely have bus fare money. It doesn't work that way. But if the pastor tells you to bring 5K so you can get your Range Rover blessing, don't do it either. But that, anyways, it's just, yeah.
The public service announcement.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Tutu, Hannah, you guys have any last minute words here as we close?
I feel bad for you. I have to edit this.
My only thing was thank you for inviting me on. I had a great time, great conversation, and yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah, come back. Josh, come back as usual. You guys, the doors are open.
Amazing. I missed it. This is dope.
Yeah, the doors are open. Let's do this again. You know what I mean? What says you, Tutu? Do you agree or no?
I agree. This was great.
Yes, so. Anyways, y'all, man, we covered a plethora of topics today, from cultural icons to dating choices, student debt to NBA drama. Each story shows a gap between society's expectations and our lived realities. The takeaway today: question everything. I mean, like literally question everything. And I mean, if you're not questioning, don't come and stand and ask somebody, "Oh, why didn't you do this? Why did you not question?" Is the question I'm asking you. You know, whether it's about legacy, systematic barriers, or love, keep charting your own course. Don't expect somebody else to do it for you. By the way, did that person come out your mother's vagina with you? Why are you expecting them to? Anyways, you get the point. But keep the energy going. Follow Palm One Central, all social and streaming platforms. PWC Cast on all social platforms, and Palm One Central on all streaming platforms. Matter of fact, hit the subscribe button on this YouTube channel if you're not subscribed to the channel for weekly notifications. Why not? It doesn't cost you a thing. Stop hating and just go ahead and click it. If you don't click it, though, it'll click itself. And I'll see where you get the notification. I'll see what you will do. But yeah, so thank you for vibing with us. Palm One Central podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Uncle AK. Beautiful Tutu over there. I'm one of our beautiful guests, Hannah, and one of our handsome, he calls himself a bad bitch, Joshua. Down here.
Bad bitch. The bad bitch.
Thank you. The baddest of them all.
You know,
that's right.
Anyways, man, like I said, it's Palm One Central podcast. Thank you for rocking with us. If you made it this far, you're a real one. Shout out to you, and share this with your aunties, your uncles, your exes.
With your grandmother's boyfriend, sister, husband, brother, nephew, auntie, all of that.
Yeah, so we are outie. Peace.